Hey there, butterflies. It's me, Mystic Butterfly, and I want to give you all blessings and say, hey, how are you doing? I hope you're all doing well. Lots of love and light to everyone. I'm gonna be shuffling on camera, um, and I was thinking to do a reading about what we can do to empower ourselves. And I already forgot to say like power one, but already the high priestess has come out. So perhaps we already know this or need to look into the reflection more, see kind of what we've built for ourselves, what skills we have now, like what we've been able to accomplish for ourselves. And I was going to make this stone pile one. So let's take this message as one for everyone, whether you use pick pile one or pile two. But here we have this one. And then, let me put this card back. And then for pile two, I have this one, just like this. Alright, so if you picked pile one, stick around and I'll get started shuffling. So, a message for pile one about what they could do or something surrounding self-empowerment. So we have the Five of Cups in reverse. And to me, this Five of Cups in reverse, it's kind of like you are still trying to grasp on and reach and like grab the cups that are already gone. Like it's kind of buried, you know what I mean? Like it's like what about these two up there, you know? Like pay more attention to what you do have, kind of like with that high priestess card that was talking about or I was talking about looking at what you do have and feeling empowered in that, like, I made this for myself, or I got myself from here to there. Or years ago you could have said, or someone could have told you or said to me, you would be in this place at this time, and I would have been like, yeah, okay, like I don't believe that, but yeah, here I am. So looking at the things that I have. Also got to remember to speak slow because I talk really fast, so I'm sorry about that. Then we have the Six of Cups, which talks a lot about the past, but also I have an elephant here, and I was contemplating making the pile things this elephant or this little elephant here, this little elephant charm. But I went with this regardless. Anyhow, don't want to go on a tangent that's going to be like so irrelevant. But it's kind of like sharing between people, sharing or using teamwork to make the dream work. Because this is kind of like, kind of can be like a dream. And these are two people who are working together to make these. It could be like business related. Just I might want to shuffle more. So very strongly, the Five of Wands in reverse wanted to come out. But with the Five of Wands in reverse here, I see perhaps like bickering, or like someone's trying to grab at something, or like, how do I say this? I see that maybe there's like a decision that needs to be made, and it's kind of like grappling at what decision should I make. Like I don't know what to do. I have X amount of choices and I'm not sure which one to choose. And there's like a lot of like kind of choosing thing, like choosing these type of because we have Alice here choosing to look at what was lost instead of what she has. Then we have here like Alice choosing to work with the bunny about a dream. And here, never forget, like we can forgive but we don't forget. Elephants are good for that, like they're known for that. And like teamwork and cooperation. Sorry about that. Then here, these to me, these clouds kind of look like hands, trying to grapple at these like wants, like maybe like work, or this could be work related, like maybe you're trying to get out of your certain one moment get out of your work situation, or feeling like you have to do that because that's the only option you have at this time. It doesn't have to be about work, but it's about the feeling like you don't have options. I'm going to switch to a different tarot deck. It's the Spirit Song Tarot. I love it because it has animals. Well, the sun came out this way and it flipped over my headphone thing and went reverse, but regardless, vitality and joy. And here we have like a hummingbird, like basking in the sunlight, and like it says joy and vitality. So like, drive, motivation, the like getting this, like doing the hard work, feeling the motivation, the drive for it. But like when it came out in reverse, it could be kind of like maybe you feel blocked in that way. Like it could be a sense of like that, setting oneself up for failure. Like thinking about so many things that you end up self-sabotaging and not doing it because of like that, like anxiety, procrastination type thing. And it's like you're a hummingbird, you can go so fast, you can do so many things, and it's like, trying to focus on the better things. Then we have the Three of Shells, which it says playfulness and bliss. In this deck, the shells is cups. So we have 3 dolphins there with 3 shells. And whether it was upright or in reverse, maybe being a little more playful. And because you always have to balance work and play, right? It's like you can't just work. You're going to work yourself to the ground. You have to balance in some of that playfulness or things that make you relaxed or happy, or something that doesn't feel like it's work. But like, since I did see in reverse, I'm also going to say that maybe you're playing too much and not working enough, because that could also be the case here. And so it's like you want to get your goals going, and you want to like start that business, or pursue that path that you want, but it's kind of like using distractions as methods of that, like coping with that anxiety, procrastination, where it's like, is this gonna work, is this not gonna work, and then you just get so caught up in the thinking in the head that it's like no steps are made, or very little steps are made, or not all the potential effort that we can give is made or given. That makes sense. Transformation. So having to change this thing, and in reverse, maybe because it came out, a lot of these cards are coming out in reverse. And so what was I gonna say? I apologize. So I was like a deep breath. So it could be that you're like resisting this change because some changes are scary, like, is this gonna be a secure path? Like if it's relating to work or business, is this change that I want to do, is that gonna lead to success or lead to fulfillment or what I'm looking for, or am I gonna be struggling at the same level or even worse than I was before, or some similar scenario along those lines? I think it's time to like step out of that energy and just go with what you think is right and what feels right at like the heart soul level. Because like, if you don't grow in life, if you don't transition and liberate yourself from the cages that others have put you in, or even ourselves and our ego has put us in, we got to move on from that. And 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 is about foundations, a stability, family life, things like that. Your basis, your base. Every house has 4 corners at the foundation. So, you want to build a stable thing for your life, something secure. And so it's like taking that next step that you got to take. Ooh, that was like, all right, coming out. finally, something upright. Um, and this is the Seven of Feathers with the cheetah. And it says preparation and resourcefulness. I feel like this says that like you have what you need to at least get started and make the steps that you need to do, because as you make those steps, more steps will appear, because you've gotten to those milestones, those little checkpoints that open up more opportunities and more doors for you, and more steps. Essentially, they build more steps. And maybe like the whole, like I keep on saying this anxiety, procrastination, but that's the best way I can try and explain it, is it's like the overthinking that gets you in a freeze type of response, where you don't do it because it seems so overwhelming or so out of reach, or could have to do with like shadow work, feeling having to work with those things that make us, the things that our ego make up for us, so that we can protect that part of ourselves that doesn't want to be hurt, or like feeling like it's going to be a failure or rejection or things like that. But clearly, like, it wants you to step out of that. So now I'm going to step into the oracle cards, because I've gotten a good idea about things through tarot. So I'm actually going to go to the dark mirror first. Dark mirror oracle. Those are my cats, and they need to cut it out. They know better. All right. So masquerade, masking things, not maybe like putting on a front, you know what I'm saying? Like acting like you're fine, or acting like nothing is on your mind, or feeling like maybe you're worried about, oh, how am I going to be able to do this? How am I going to be able to get to this goal, or this ambition, or this next step? Maybe there's like financial obstacles, or what have you. It could be mental as well, like our thought patterns, what we think, those like cognitive distortions that we as a collective have to become more aware of, so that we can change that to better generations to come and humanity in general. So also with the masquerade, it's kind of like like putting on a mask and not wanting to really look at, it's like that anxiety, it goes back to this anxiety procrastination, where it's like, I don't even want to move. Like, I'd rather just sit here and be like in a mask, anxious, and not see, like not taking that blindfold off, rather than doing what I need to do, leaving the masquerade and being real to me, real to you, real to yourself. That was it's something else. I feel like a lot of you can be dealing with some grief right now. And that might be something that's holding you back a bit, just because the grief is so heavy, and everyone deals with grief so differently. And it can be on and off. It's an on and off process. Sometimes you'll feel okay, and sometimes it'll just hit you like a ton of bricks. I think I'm done with, oh wait, no, there's one that's in there. Is this me? This one was reversed along all the other ones, like it was flipped over. It's like, maybe you've had to make a lot of sacrifices in your life relating to perhaps like your family, or having to do with family, and feeling like downtrodden, or like dejected or sad, or those type of emotions where it's like, yeah, I've done all of this, but who am I now? I've done all these things for all these other people, but who am I? I'm going to look at the Moonology deck, because this one has a lot of like, one, it could give you like signs, so like star sign, rising sign, moon sign, whatever planet sign. And also some good messages, it has empowering messages in there. Work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. So here we have that. yeah, like I was talking about like not feeling secure. Like when the mirrors, when the tarot and the oracle mirror each other, it's like not feeling secure and making this change that you want to make, feeling like you're leaving behind something that is comfortable and stable because it, you know the routine, you know how it is, in favor of taking that step to something that can be more prosperous or something that can be better for you and more in tune with your alignment. Um, and it's like taking baby steps. It's about working little by little to overcome those fears and those cages and those traps that we set ourselves in and things like that. And then here we have communication is key with new moon in Gemini. So this could be related to a Scorpio or Gemini. Take that as you will. They're both new moons, so that's a powerful energy there. It's like being clear. Try to be clear with yourself. Actually, be super clear with yourself. Get your head clear on what it is that you want. What it is that you want at the end of the day. I'm not talking about planning things out. I'm talking about, making a 5-year plan. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what truly makes me passionate in life. What can I do to help serve others and serve myself and feel fulfilled and have that sustain my life? And once I figure out, or, once one figures out what direction is truly going to be your path, because you'll feel that what's in alignment with you, it'll definitely open those doors. And you need to communicate, and communication is scary. It's like the truth hurts. It's that hard to swallow pill. Sometimes those are really, really big pills that are hard to swallow because the truth hurts, but sometimes the truth is very necessary. All right, I'm going to go on to the hidden worlds. Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. I've seen a lot of blue jays. Lately, I found 2 blue jay feathers, and then I saw a blue jay the other day by a bush. It was really nice. Maybe a lot of you guys have been seeing birds too. Like they just seem like you're extra attuned to them. Alright, message for pile 1. Kindred spirits, spirit companions, guides, and comfort. And again, somewhere here in nature. I feel like if you ever take those times for yourself to take a walk, or maybe here, in literal nature, those are a lot of times when your spirit guides and sorry about all the camera movement, where your spirit guides and your angels and ancestors and whoever it is that helps you guide you on your path, that's when they communicate to you. And it's usually in small, very subtle ways. So you also have to pay attention and see the patterns, because it's all about the patterns. I don't believe in coincidences. Also, I see a lot of candles, candle work. You can light candles to your ancestors, and that's an offering for them. They would, they really appreciate those things. Also, pay attention to the way that a flame flickers, because that can indicate a lot of things. It can even indicate spiritual activity, and what I mean by that is maybe your ancestors are saying hello, they have come to visit for a moment, or things like that. They can also indicate if it's super bright and super good, it's that's a good outcome. If it's really dim, then it's slow, or not a bad outcome, but it's a slower energy. So you might want to look more into that. I would say, do more research on your part. All right, I'm getting told just one last card from the angels, gods, and goddesses deck, and then I'm gonna move on to pile 2. Okay, 1 second. Sorry for the breathing sounds. It's just I always have to remember to breathe. Goddess of compassion. So it says self-criticism is diminishing your sense of self-worth. I remember earlier talking about um, like, the concept of feeling how we feel about ourselves, and it's like having to be more compassionate with yourself, more compassionate with what you've gone through, with what you've done, with your circumstances, with what you've had to do in your life, and also not being so hard on yourself for maybe not being at the same, like not keeping up with the Joneses, like, what is that? That's like from like 60 years ago, like, what I mean? That's like a 50s type saying or whatnot. So, or like that era, it's like, why keep thinking like that? We're progressing. So I also have here the angel of family. So I was also talking about this, could be relating to family. So the angels surround both you and your family at the moment. There's a lot of family healing here that I see that needs to be done, maybe generational. Family healing within, like, your siblings, your parents, your grandparents, aunts, uncles, whoever the family may be, even friends that you've adopted as family. Well, that's all, guys. I'm going to end this with a little shake, clear up the energies a bit, get it ready for pile 2, and namaste. I hope all of you are well, blessed, and peace. All right, so for pile 2, I'm just writing down the timestamps. So for pile 2, I'm going to do a reading about things that have to do with self-empowerment, or things that are kind of like blocking that, or anything related to empowering ourselves. So I'm shuffling live on camera. No, live. Shuffling as I record. Okay, 1 second. Where'd that other card go? It flipped over in the deck, so it's like I'm looking for it. There it is. All right, so if you weren't sure which pile to choose, I would say maybe choose, watch both, because the 5 of Wands came out in the other one, and I also spoke about the energy of the 2 of Swords. And with the 6 of Pentacles, that could also talk about like family or communion, or community. So there's that. I'm actually going to put them back and shuffle it again, just to make sure that the energies are cleared from pile 1. But I mean, if you were called to watch both, because that could be your cue or your sign. Well, clearly the 5 of Wands wants to show up. So I don't know if this is about some sort of conflict that's going on, some sort of internal conflict, something that's going on within yourself that you're just constantly fighting, and maybe even making those like inner, like those core beliefs, strengthening them through our own actions. I mean, I can't deny that energy. It wants to come out very hardcore. Then we have the 4 of Pentacles. So this could be someone who's kind of sneaky and they like to be stingy. And what I mean by stingy is like not sharing resources, even resources that aren't tangible, such as like love or companionship or patience, those kind of things, compassion. Likes to take a little bite, and leave the rest, just, kind of, it's just like traditionally also the 4 of Pentacles talks about holding on to everything and not letting go. But here it's like kind of like the sneaky energy here, where it's like you have this whole thing here. It's like, why not step out of the comfort zone of the teacup or the kettle and use all those things that you've accumulated to have those life experiences that perhaps you wish or you wanted to have, but for some reason or another you feel like you weren't allowed to or able to, but it's like now you are. So take advantage of that and get out of this energy, because you're still there, because you're so used to it. I'm gonna take a drink of water. Also have more belief in your ideas. Because like for me, for example, I think of ideas and then I see them come out on YouTube as videos and I'm like why didn't I just do that when I had the idea? Anyways, we have the Two of Cups. This could be I'm getting here with the Four of Pentacles earlier, that like leaving the comfort zone and using those things that you have accumulated, whether those be like social skills, emotional intelligence, not actual, but like material, tangible resources. And you finally like using those to fuel two cups of like a union or like a companionship or a friendship or something that's going to help you not feel so alone and have a support. Because with sharing is caring, and when you share things and it's like that exchange of energy, you know um, back in the day they used to do like trades of goods and services. It's like that's how energy keeps flowing, and that's how it should be, so it's kind of like the the seeds that you water are the ones that are going to flower. And if this is the kind of energy you're looking for, that Two of Cups, that companionship, then get out of that comfort zone. Let me finish off this deck. Any more messages? Nope. Wait. Yes. The Nine of Cups. Again, so wait, where was that card? That this conflict can kind of relate to this Nine of Cups in reverse. It's like Nine of Cups is usually like a wish fulfillment, having most of your cups all filled up and you're just like content in what you have. But maybe all this inner conflict, I keep on getting inner conflict, but so this sort of battle here of like self beliefs and core beliefs and things like that, because that's what I feel like this is about, is blocking that wish fulfillment and is blocking the thing that you want to achieve. And I don't say these things to be like a negative Nancy. I say them because the cards say that and they want to say that, and maybe that's what you need to hear. A lot of times I just shuffle and then I just say what the cards, I just read the cards. All right, so I'm going to go on to the Spirit Song Tarot to get some additional messages. Whoa, some of these are already in reverse. I got to fix this up. I mean, look at this. Like, what's going on? I keep on having like this Juice WRLD song stuck in my head. I can't remember how it goes right now, but maybe you listen to Juice WRLD, or maybe you're in that type of energy where it's like, crying out for help sometimes. And I'm totally channeling right now. Maybe you feel like you don't know how to say those things, or, you're like scared to like open yourself up in a vulnerable way to like others in that emotional body, because it's like, why feel more pain? But I'm getting that you don't need to feel that fear of pain anymore. Exactly, with the Justice one popping out as I'm trying to get them all in the same direction. Truth and clarity, you know what I mean? Becoming more clear of these things, so that, those spiritual awakenings and those gifts that we have can finally come to fruition and to light, because they're so stuck in the shadows of like, a lot of people, shadow work is more about the protective shields that will make us, or in that moment help us survive, that the ego makes. And so it's a lot about egos. I think we have Temperance, which is about balance and harmony, and with 1 and 4 being 5, and 5 is a number of spiritual awakening and also change. 4 is a number of like foundations and stability, and 1 is new beginnings. That's like an awesome message there. I think that it's time for you to go ahead and get a head start and get a kickstart on working on those goals, or on those personal growths that maybe we have to go through, those growing pains, so to say, so that you're in a better space, or in a better vibration, or in a lighter space, because you've worked through those, so that you can allow those blessings and that abundance in. Okay, so getting here, dedication and progress, with the White Buffalo, the 8 of crystals, pentacles. It's in reverse, and I feel like mean, just feel, hold on, it fell. So it came out upright this time. I'm going to read it as an upright card. Um, Dedication and progress, it's like those are the keys that you need to practice more, even just little by little, um, in order to be able to be more self-empowered, because it's like feeling more in control of oneself or of one's circumstances helps one feel more empowered. So I hope that makes sense. Let me leave that one out. I keep on putting them in the deck. So the Ace of Shells, happiness, abundance. Again, getting into that habit of being disciplined, making progress, making, like, let's say every day, I'm gonna floss my teeth at night every day as a part of my night routine. I'm gonna develop a night routine. I'm gonna develop a morning routine at the very least, so that I know that two things are constant throughout my day. And also that self-care and taking care of oneself. So self-love. And the Ace of Cups talks about love and happiness and abundance. We got to start creating that within ourselves. We create love and happiness and abundance and light within ourselves that we help give to others and emanate. So the Five of, sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's just sometimes the way that the cards work, the energy is insane. But the Five of Acorns, which is challenge and growth, which in traditional tarot, which is right here, the Five of Wands with the Five of Acorns. I mean, this fighting, this roaring, maybe you feel like overwhelmed where you want to just scream because of like all of the tension or the pressure that you feel. But like this is here it's like these challenges come in our lives to help us grow and help us get to a place where we're closer to what we are meant to do in this life and what will fulfill us and what we want. Because sometimes we feel like we want to rush things, or things want to happen so quick, but things will happen when it's meant to happen. Ideas and discipline. Again, discipline and ideas. And I said, jump on your ideas. This is the Page of Crystals. So the Page of Pentacles, here we have a fox, sly, clever. Put your ideas out there. Get it before everyone else does, because not everyone has such a unique and awesome imaginative creativity, or that creative spark. Not everyone has it the same. So not everyone's always going to have the same exact idea. Now I'm going to do the Dark Mirror Oracle to see, like, perhaps like what's a shadow thing, or something that the ego is putting in the way, or a blockage or something like that we have to work through in order to kind of be able to implement these things, or to make a connection, to help you make a connection to what the tarot is talking about, if that's the case. So I'm getting gilded regret, number 5. Feeling like you've been doing something for so long, you just want 5 more minutes of it. You miss it. Kind of like, not like you miss it, but it's like you want to hold on to it for just a few more minutes, because it's like, you need to let it go, but you don't want to. And so it's kind of like trying to like find those memories. She has like a little like thing here of like what she still wants to hold on to. It's like creating those memories, or making a memento, or some sort of remembrance of something, doesn't mean that you haven't let it go, or that you're still lingering onto it, but it's acknowledging that you don't necessarily want to forget that part of your life, because maybe it helped you grow, or it has some significance to you. So it's like, let it go, but remember that it's still there in memory, if you know what I'm saying. I'm going to also grab this card. So sacrifice. Again, if you were drawn to pile 1, please watch pile 1, because the messages here are eerily similar. So sacrifice, sacrificing all these things, like I said, spent a long time and a lot of effort. But it's like wanting just, maybe there was something that was worth this sacrifice, and you want just 5 more minutes of it, but it's not serving you anymore. you had your 5 minutes. Just keep your memories and move on. Or not all the memories, keep like the whatever memories are going to help you be comfortable, happy memories, laughter, love, light, those things. Let go of the hate or resentment or any negative things. So I'm going to shuffle on Moonology. Okay, hold on. Slow down there, tiger. All right, so we have, guys, I'm telling you. So communication is key. These came out in the last pile as well. New moon in Gemini. Then we have you are good enough, full moon in Virgo. So again, this like self-esteem, self-worth, not believing in yourself, not believing in your ideas, not moving on, or not moving on. Well, maybe, but like not moving on with your ideas, like not going forward with them because of feelings of self-doubt, feelings like it's not going to be good enough, things like that. And here, look, nothing will come of that situation. Nothing will come of us and of me, of us, of you, of anyone thinking that they can't do it. It's like if you don't have faith in yourself and if you don't have belief in yourself at the very core, at the very least, that's the foundations that you need. Those are core things that you need to be able to have the drive and the motivation to go after what you want and after what you deserve, because you are good enough and you deserve all that you've earned in this life because you've done a lot. You've sacrificed a lot, you've experienced a lot, you've had a lot of rites of passages that you maybe didn't even know were rites of passages, but they were, those growing pains a lot of times are rites of passage. But there's that. So I'm going to shuffle now from the Hidden Worlds Oracle. And immediately we get the gift, which is the present, honoring, and offering. So it's like, giving thanks and blessings and being grateful for the gifts that you have, whether they be like small little talents or big talents, or maybe you're a very spiritual person and you have gifts and maybe, it's time to kind of expand on those or learn more about those or tap into them more. This could also be that maybe you're good at sketching, maybe you're good at drawing, maybe you're good at writing, maybe you're good at coming up with witty jokes, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Not everybody can do what you can. We're all unique. And also sharing those gifts with the world will bring you more flow of abundance. And abundance can be love, friends, prosperity, contentment, fulfillment, whatever it is. All right, last card from this deck. I have the crystal path, mineral spirits, crystal beings. You could be someone who loves crystals, who likes rocks. You could be like this crystal being, like a person of light, like a beacon of light. You could have a lot of energy that flows through and of you. There's definitely a path that you're taking. Follow the stars, maybe. If you haven't heard of what a starseed is, or light workers or earth angels, you might want to look into that. I see a lot of water energy around here, so it's, healing, heart space. You could also be a water sign, I don't know. I'm going to get a card from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck just to see what they have to say about the crystal path, or like this path that you're on. I had another deck somewhere, but I'll just leave it at that. Immediately we have Angel of New Life. An exciting new chapter in your life is about to unfold. So stepping out of that comfort zone, doing what you want to do, looking to your higher self doing what aligns the most with you, what makes you proud, what makes you feel good about yourself, unfolding that gift, unfolding that self, and seeing, like, because it to me looks like a lotus flower opening and blooming, or like a flower in general, blooming and opening to new possibilities and new life. And I feel like sometimes if you ever have not trouble, but like feel like it's hard to talk about things, like for me personally, I just draw it out, or I use art, or I write, or some other form of communication that isn't verbal. All right, let's see. Then here, oops, we have the angel of emergence, which I was just kind of talking about, like blooming, kind of awakening in a way. It is time for the real you to emerge. Step out of the shadows. Step out of that little comfort zone box. Is it this pile that has that card? Yes, it is. Step out of this. Get out of that teapot. Be you. You are good enough. You deserve the happiness. You deserve everything that you've been wanting, because you've worked really hard for it. Is there any more messages for pile 2? I feel like there's something more. Just a moment. All right. Okay, so the last message for you, and it's a question that maybe you should ask yourself and reflect on, is what do you need to release? The waning moon. What do you need to release in order to free yourself from those cages that you've put yourself in, or that others have put you in, that you believe, because at those core beliefs a lot of times are what other people have told us. What do you need to release from that to be able to move forward on your path and your empowered self for what you want? And with that, I will leave you guys. Have a good night. Namaste. Much love and light to all. Many blessings. Peace. Bye.